Hello, this is Carolyn, and yes, I did attempt to make this video before. That will probably be one that I will delete or leave unlisted because when I come on harsh and strong, I wake up tenacious sometimes when I feel okay, when I feel good. But I really am going to take the parts of the last video that are maybe important and that I did not word badly. And again, my son, if you're watching this, understand that I do want to pass this channel on to you. But the longer you let your mom talk, the more likely that she is that she's going to offend somebody or somebody's. Anyway, the good part, so what I was saying before, take an AI class because if you feel that you're being deceived now, and if you feel that you are, I'm going to tell you, I'll give you a big thumbs up on that. You probably are. If you understand what is possible, take the AI class and take it every few months. You can take them free or just for a few dollars. At this point, what they're hoping is that you'll buy into the programs. You'll use it for your business if you're in business, and they are fantastic. But you got to understand, whatever people have that is potentially a miracle could do a miracle for good. Research a topic thoroughly with everything online in just a few minutes. Save you a lot of time, especially if you're a lawyer or something like that, paralegal. But understand that every good thing people are going to use to deceive, mislead, and they can mislead you in major ways if you're not on top of your game and know what is possible. When you take the AI class, you can see how they can mimic everything about you, your mannerisms, your voice, make you think you're talking to a person. Probably already you have been talking to bots on the phone, but you know that because they're fairly transparent and obvious at this point. But it's easier to send a bot a bot send you a text. Excuse me, I'm just stumbling right over this. Deceive you, tell you all kinds of things. The scammers are also getting a hold of this technology, as you already know. So please go out there and take a class so you're less easy to deceive. And my project, which I'm hesitant to do this because I'm very tinfoil hat. I'll be honest with you, I don't trust 90% probably. If the mainstream media is pushing something on you, it's either lining somebody's pocket, it's misleading you, and now we have paragons of pure what you would have called evil maybe 20 years ago, pushing agenda. I can tell you just how tinfoil hat I probably am, but I don't want you to get upset with me or not listen if this channel gets passed over. There have always been homosexuals. I'm just going to go there. Sorry. There have always been, and contrary to what you've been told, yes, there have been some that have been extremely pushed out of society because, yes, they're Bible beaters and all that, think that they're doing something right or correct, or maybe they're just angry. And the people that, if you are gay, the people that are criticizing you the most, they're probably walking that fine line. They know, if they're a dude, they've been looking just a little too long where they shouldn't have been looking. They're fighting their own demons, and they're probably taking it out on you. But all of a sudden, something that we didn't even talk about, although it was a part of society forever, mainstream media is pushing for you to accept. Put the flags out there. Get to know. What did Barack Obama say recently? It's good to have a gay friend. the thing that he probably didn't mention is that you might be looking right at him. And it ain't no thing. If you are, you are. Live your life the way you want to. Trust me, it is short. You will become old much quicker than you thought was ever possible. So don't rob yourself of what is in your heart, especially if it is pure. And I know it's not biblically correct, so I walk a fine line saying that. But eventually, you gotta be who you really are. Now you can have a psychiatrist go down layers and layers and figure out why you are who you are. I've done that too, and they blamed it all on my mother, which was convenient because she's not here to defend herself. But even after wasting all that money and time, you are with yourself, and you've got to be happy doing whatever it is you're doing. Okay, I kind of took a long way around that topic, didn't I? Anyway, my point is, if all of a sudden the mainstream media is pushing you to do something, it's probably not for your best benefit. Could it be because they don't want us to reproduce and then, uh, with a gay relationship, you're not going to have children? Why do they accept it now after all these years? Why do they accept marijuana now? They'll tell you marijuana is that's the plant of the god. I guarantee it's better for you than that alcohol. I'm not going to argue that point. But why all of this sudden, of being around all these years, oh, it's good, it's medicinal. It probably ain't. I don't want to sound like the backward hillbilly that they want me to sound like. It probably is not. What I am saying, and this is just an exercise in the nutshell that I'd like for you to do, as you're watching your mainstream media and your CNN or even Fox, look at what they're pushing you the hardest to accept. And then look at the other side of that and think, whose pocket is getting lined? What motivation is behind this? And I'll be honest with you, I'm very based. And I don't think I'm wrong, because the sad thing in the last few years, I've really wanted to be wrong about a lot of things, but I have not been. If you are on the D team, understand, it really is no smoke with you personally. I used to be on the G team, but I think to be on the closer right side of it, you probably should be on the right. Or at least give it a second thought. If you have been on that team all of your life, I know it is hard to consider something else. That's what we're all doing in every aspect. I wouldn't even say just in that aspect of your life. Whatever is being pushed on you is probably something deceptive. Do we know the truth about much of anything? MLK, the Kennedy assassination. Do we even know who is firing on our current president, Donald Trump? And are you being taught to hate him, and why? Could you be being taught? Now, I know you're probably deep in your Trump derangement syndrome, but could you be being pushed to dislike him strongly because he's touching on something that's eroding away the surface? Sometimes the more you swallow what certain groups of people want you to, that's why I say, and I fully believe this, if the Bible is correct that we used to live till 600 and 900 years old, we had to have been in good shape and healthy. And a lot of you don't embrace the Bible. But if it were true, do you think sometimes we just decease ourselves early on? I'm trying to use proper language. Because this world is so overwhelming, and somewhere deep in our soul, we know we're being lied to and deceived, and it hurts us personally, because we like to believe that the people that are watching over us have our welfare and well-being at heart. But what if you can't trust most of them? And believe me, if you feel that you can't trust me, it probably is only because if I've got misinformation and it's in my head, I wake up hot and wanting to do something about it. But the thing is, we're so deluded on what the truth is that we don't even know the correct questions to ask to dig ourselves out of it. For real, now that I believe. Anyway, If I have lost you, I am so sorry. And my son's sitting back there probably watching this going, oh, damn, I don't know. I don't know, Colton. You're a little Duck Dynasty negative and things like that yourself. But I do appreciate anyone who has bothered to be here. And you can always reach me if you want to. And have a blessed week. The one thing, let me just add this, that I believe that you should hold on to. I'm not going to tell you what faith or religion you should hold on to, but it is probably the one and only thing that can deliver you. And maybe ask your higher power to show you what is reality and to show you what is the truth. Because sometimes you got so much being thrown at you, so much contradictory information, it's really hard to swim out of it. So anyway, on that happy note, have a blessed week.